Good morning and aloha. We made it to another Aloha Friday. I'm excited this week because I'm going to be running my first race in probably over 2 years. The pandemic canceled a lot of the races that I typically do, like the mini marathon, the monumental. And it's just nice to be able to get back into that race mentality and that race idea. Because as I was thinking about it, training for a marathon and middle school have a lot in common. Ultimately, a lot of times they can both be a pretty rigorous and lonely practice. It's not always fun. It seems never ending, but it has great rewards and is I feel like probably a lot of my students felt during, remote learning and distance learning and all that kind of stuff. It is felt pretty lonely probably for them, and learning and that distance running are best done collaboratively and best done as a group, or at least shared. Kind of share the challenge of that. And so, this isn't my first race. I've done a lot of races and is something that I just really enjoy. And, if some of you, I can remember coaching your children through cross country and talking about how, um, it's more about a personal record or a PR than it is about winning the race, because only, one person gets to win the race. And, when I'm never going to win a race. But I do try to always improve, and that growth is really what we try to focus on in education. The old kind of mentality about school and learning was a lot more about sorting kids and putting kids into categories and that sort of thing. These new ideas in education are a lot more about helping all students to reach their highest level of academic ability and to demonstrate that their most amount of growth possible. And so again, it kind of loops back to that idea of developing a personal record and that there each individual kid's PR. As far as what's happening this week in science, we did finish up our notebook quiz over periodic table. All of that information has been updated in Canvas this week and Skyward this week. As far as next week, we have now started our last unit, which is on chemical reactions. And so the way to kind of think about it is we start off talking about, atoms, and then we start talking about those atoms as related to other elements on the periodic table and trends of the periodic table. And now we're going to start combining those atoms to form molecules and compounds and things like that through ionic and covalent bonding. Uh, as far as what we're doing in biology, so biology, we're going to take the cell respiration and photosynthesis test probably on Tuesday. That's my plan. And then we'll move into DNA and protein synthesis for pretty much the rest of this first semester. Uh, each of those classes, so in science and in biology, we will have a semester final. I'll have more information available for you on that as that comes closer. The most important thing to consider right now is that on Wednesday, so November 10th, that is midterm. And so all assignments will close in Canvas on that Wednesday. So, this weekend would be a great time to kind of sit down, look at any missing assignments that might be identified within Skyward and make those a priority to get those completed, redone, turned in, whatever it might be in Canvas. And so when you log into Skyward, at the top of that kind of grade book, you should see kind of a red uh, part that talks about missing assignments. And then you can click on that and it'll drop down a complete list of all missing assignments that can be done and submitted through Canvas. So the just remember that the Skyward is kind of our reporting tool, and then Canvas is how we collect papers and distribute information, and that's kind of the content. So there's grades, and then there's content, and so that's how those are arranged. So um, hope you have a great weekend. Hope you had a great week. Deeply appreciate the distances that I see parents going to, really build that endurance like we do through running those marathons and things like that. So I know it can be a real challenge and can feel real lonely, uh, you know, to do that. But we are definitely in this together. If there's anything I can do to help support you as a parent, please let me know and reach out if you need anything. So thank you so much.